What's going on, guys? So in this video we are going to be talking about how and is it possible to profit day trading with $500. So there's going to be a big misconception. A lot of people are going to look to social media. They're going to look to this financial expert or this master day trader or this person creating some sort of persona on social media and see that you're going to get a lot of things that you maybe necessarily want or have dreamed about, or this, that, and the other. You guys are taking private jets, you guys are vacationing in Bali, you guys are at the strip club, you guys are at the nightclub, you guys are popping bottles, driving Lamborghinis. All that stuff is good, and it's all kind of like, I'm not going to say that none of that stuff is, you shouldn't want that kind of stuff. Some people do, some people don't. So it all basically comes down to different personalities and stuff. Is that stuff attainable through day trading? 100%. Is one day trader going to necessarily drive a Lamborghini? Does that make them successful when there's another trader who might be just as successful, who drives a BMW or, drives a Toyota or drives, a Ford pickup truck? It all depends to personal lifestyle, personal preference. Some people are different. Some people are more frugal with their money, and some people are a little bit more, just nonchalant with their money. But, just kind of getting back to the topic at hand here, and I'm going to turn this into more of like, kind of like a podcast style video where I'm just going to sit and kind of talk to you guys a little bit, give you guys my thoughts and my perspective on the topic. So just to kind of answer this simple question, just to make it very, very simple: can you profit with $500 in the stock market? Answer is yes. That's the simple answer. Are you going to win some money? Yes. Now, whether the fact, are you going to become a millionaire trading with $500? Probably not. Can you make a living? Can I quit my 9 to 5 job and just day trade with $500 and sustain myself? Probably not, because here's the real reason why. And here's a problem that a lot of younger traders have and a lot of newer traders have. They see all the glitz and the glam and the flash and the big gains, and they think that it's attainable. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get lucky or you can't execute a great trade and turn, let's say, $500 worth of options contracts into $500 in profits. 100% gainer. I've personally taken trades, maybe where I lay down $500 and the trade just happens to work. All of the stars align, and next thing you know, this thing is up 150, 200%. Is that attainable on a day-to-day basis? And the simple answer is no. You're not going to simply come into the market with $500 and make $500 each and every single day. So the major takeaway that I want you guys to take away from this video is you need to be realistic, okay? So you need to be realistic with the expectations. And when I say that, when I say be realistic with the expectations, that means that if you are going to come into this market and maybe learn the markets, maybe dabble in the markets, maybe treat it as a side income, maybe treat it as a rainy day fund, maybe just kind of learn the overall markets and invest more money into your trading account over time, have realistic expectations. Now, I'm going to speak to options traders. I am a full-time options trader. I run a Discord community with fantastic people in that community who have kind of gone through and learned my strategies to kind of become a better and professional trader, right? Whether you do this full-time or you do this part-time, you always want to take a professional approach to the markets, okay? Because just as fast as you can make money and or slash get lucky and or slash have a good winning trade or good winning week, the market will quickly humble you and take that all away in just one trade. Okay, I've seen it happen before. It's happened to me before. I've hit great trades for what I consider a great trade, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 trades, like to just be wiped out 50% in the next trade or in the next week. So it was always like kind of a learning curve. I would wonder, like, man, it's like sometimes I win big, and then other times I'm giving it all back, and I feel like I'm kind of stuck in the same place over and over and over for what feels like years, right? Feels like ages, feels like decades. Feels like sometimes you're never going to really understand it, or you're never going to really get it, right? That's because your expectations are too high. You let those big wins or those lucky trades or that one particular setup that was just A plus, kind of cloud your vision, cloud your mind, and cloud your expectations. So let's speak from an options side of things. Right now, if you have a $500 account, I will tell you that you're not going to be out there trading stocks like, Tesla. Everyone loves the way Tesla moves. Tesla can be up or down 20, 30, 40, 50, 70 points in a day. And you see all these success stories, how, people, invested in Tesla and they're finishing the day with 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, $50,000 days. The harsh fact and reality of it is that, with a $500 account, you're not going to really be able to trade options contracts or even the stock price alone, because right now currently Tesla's stock price is trading at $705. So you would not even be able to buy one share of Tesla with a $500 account. But there are other stocks that you can trade that are, going to move just as good companies. Now, I'm not really a small cap trader or a penny stock trader. I'm not really into the whole, I have $500, let me buy 500 shares of this dollar stock and watch it go up 10 cents. It's too volatile. It's too risky. There's too much, inner workings going on there. With a lot of pump and dump communities, or a lot of bigger YouTubers who kind of run up a stock, and you kind of hold this stock, and then when they get their audience to buy in, they kind of dump on that. Or those stocks are easily manipulated by hedge funds, or institutional, or even big retail money traders, right? I mean, it's very easy to get in there on a low float stock and kind of run the stock up 40, 50, 60 cents, a dollar. And then as they're selling, those people who are kind of chasing that wave, they kind of get sold into, and then next thing you know, you're ending up in a negative position. So I would definitely stick to more, liquid and more sustainable companies to trade. For example, I mean, you can start off with $500 trading stocks like Apple, or trading stocks like AMD. These stocks have been around for a long time. These are great companies. They're going to move with the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ 100. They're going to be easy stocks to get in and get out of. Okay. So one thing that I'll kind of leave with here is $500. Can you profit? How to profit with $500? It's very, very simple. Leverage your money to the best of your ability, but also you need to be very well disciplined. Also, you're going to need to learn a strategy. And when you have that strategy, you can't kind of change the strategy on a day-to-day basis. For example, let's say you're using one particular strategy for an entry and exit today. Let's say you lose on that trade, and tomorrow you're looking for a new strategy. A real strategy needs to be tested over a body of work, over volume, right? 20 trades, 25 trades, 50 trades, 100 trades. Then you kind of need to journal that, and you kind of need to document all of that data that you collect. And then from there, you kind of start tinkering with that strategy, kind of adjusting the strategy, and then creating a trading plan. Okay, this strategy works when I trade it, after the first 5 minutes of the day, but it doesn't really work after the first 3 hours. So I'm going to basically say I'm going to sit out the first 5 minutes of the day, and I'm not going to trade past the first 3 hours. Then you do more testing, meaning you do another 20 trades. I would always test in series of 20. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say to test a strategy, for 1,000 trades. That's foolish. You're going to know very, very quickly whether the strategy works and what doesn't work in a strategy within the first, 20 to 30 trades, right? So I would always say do blocks of 20 and then start building your trading plan around that. With the stock like Apple, for example, you can get options contracts on a Monday or Tuesday when they're a little bit more expensive in the premiums. You can still buy Apple options contracts that are in the money, at the money, for around anywhere between $150 to around $250, right? Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, if I go into an Apple contract and I try to do an Apple trade and my account's only $500 and this contract is going to cost me, let's say, $250 on a Monday, well, that's 50% risk on the table. I'm risking 50% of my account for just one options contract. Now, if you were trading to where you're going to put in $250 on an options contract and let it go to zero, yeah, I would say that's horrible risk management. But I would expect that if you are going to learn to day trade, that you have a strategy that you're going to be building a trading plan around. You're not going to risk a $250 on that trade. So even though per trade you're risking half of your account size, you're never going to let that trade go into drawdown, more than 10, 15, 20, 25%. So out of that $250, you might be risking $25 to $50 on the trade. Okay. So you're going to have to also, put out some risk on the trade. If you're not willing to risk $50 on a trade with an account size of 500, you're going to need to do something else to kind of build up that trading account to put more capital in there. So, you know, that $20 to $50 that you're risking on a particular trade is not going to be that detrimental to your account if you go on a losing streak of say 2, 3, 4 losing trades. Okay. But I would definitely recommend to stick with, you know, stocks like AMD, stocks like Apple, what else? Stock like Neo. You know, a lot of retail traders are in and out of that stock. Even a stock like Meta, options premiums are not too expensive. Stock like Upstart can have a little bit. It's a low price stock, but the premiums can be a little bit juiced. But it does move. It's volatile. So, you know, definitely when you're looking to day trade, you want stocks that are volatile. You want stocks that are going to be able to move. And then maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I would recommend staying away from 0 days till expiration, you know, on the indexes. Even though they can be extremely cheap, they can also lose intrinsic value very, very quickly, and the time decay and so forth and so forth. I've seen more people, you know, take a contract on 0 days till expiration to zero than not, if they weren't trading 0 days till expiration. So always kind of go that next contract out. You know, if it's Wednesday, pick Friday's expiration. If it's Friday, you know, go Monday's expiration. If it's a Monday, go Wednesday's expiration. You know, you're going to get a little bit cheaper value. You can trade the Qs and you can trade the SPY. I would definitely try to keep your contract somewhere realistic between $100 and $250 max on a $500 account. And I would keep your expectations on wins very, very realistic. Now, it's not going to be, you know, private jet flying money, but if you put up $250 on, let's say, an options contract on any one of these stocks, and that particular move in your favor based on your strategy and your exits and your entry and exits rules, you know, you're able to profit 8, 10, 12, 15%. I would sell and take my money. Now, here's the thing that's going to get a lot of people. A lot of people are going to say, you know what? Well, 10% example on a $100 options contract is $10, right? So if I'm going to go ahead and lay $250 on this trade and I get 10%, I'm only going to make 20 to 25 bucks. You're going to look at me and you're going to say, what am I going to do with 10 to 25 bucks? You know, I live in California. Gas prices are damn near $7 a gallon. I'm only going to be able to buy 1-2 gallons of gas with that. And I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, that's a realistic expectation. Okay. As you get better and as you grow, that $20 win will then turn into a $50 win because your account size will go from $500 to $1,000. So versus putting in $250 on an options contract, now you're putting in $500. And that $500 will go to $1,000. And that $50 win now will go to a $100 win. You know, and as you continue to grow and as you continue to build out your trading plan, you're going to get a lot better and more realistic expectations according to your account size. So can you make money with $500? I would say absolutely. But the expectations need to be realistic. If you have a $500 trading account, you should be aiming for it. And I don't care if anybody laughs at you, and I don't care if anybody thinks that it's stupid, or I don't care if you think that, you know, it's not worth it. A realistic expectation on a $500 account, and this is realistic. And I know 2020 and all of these young traders who have, you know, they're full porting their whole account size and going 0 days till expiration and weekly options contracts. You know, they're taking $1,000, they're laying $1,000 down, they're making $300, they're laying the $1,300 back into a trade, they're making $500, then they're laying $2,000 back into a trade. And guess what? That's going to work, and you're going to be able to build an account fast doing that, you know, by just full porting every single play. But it's going to take one play that's going to go against you. It's going to wipe you out 50, 60, 70%. You're going to take, you know, 1,000 to 2,000 and 2,000 all the way back down to 800. You're going to take 800 down to 200. You're going to take 200 down to 0, because that's just the way and the nature of the beast and the way that the game is going to be played. Now, a professional trader, someone who's been in this business for a while, will tell you, you know, are 10% returns on your investment realistic every single day? No, 100% not. If you're making 10% on your account each and every single day, you're an absolute freaking rock star. An absolute rock star. Can it be done? Yes. Is it done? Yes. Do 90% of people fail? Yes. Okay. So the whole game here is like, you have to think about yourself as like a lizard or like a snake with inside the weeds and the brush, right? You are just slithering through this big sea of sharks and you're just a small guppy, you know, just like slithering through. What you want to do and how you want to approach the stock market, especially when it comes to day trading, is you want to approach this market under the radar. meaning you want to get in, you want to make a little bit here, you want to lock in those profits, you want to sit on your hands, be patient, wait for the next setup, get into another trade, kind of lock in a small amount of profits. You want to be the person sneaking in right in the back door, kind of just taking the free food that the restaurant is throwing away, and then kind of just eat it, be happy with it, and then move on to the next day, move on to the next trade. The more you try to just walk in through the front doors and say, hey, I want to order the steak and the filet mignon and the lobster and everything, give that to me and put it on put it on this guy's tab because I just am God's gift to earth, you're going to get smacked, right? You're going to get thrown out of the restaurant, you're going to get thrown out of the stock market. Have realistic expectations. I understand that making $10, $20, $30 doesn't seem too appetizing, but you do this long enough and you will grow your account, and now that $20, $30, $40 win now turns into $70, $80, $100 wins. And over time, as you get more comfortable and more realistic expectations and more just familiar with the way that the stocks move, you can then start to size up. But again, can you make money with $500? Absolutely. But have a realistic expectation. If I have $500 in my account right now, I am going to try to make $10 to $30 as many times as I can, with losing $10 to $20, and keep that to a minimum. I'm not going to risk $250 on a $500 account and go into $100 worth of drawdown. If you have a strategy that's going to put you into $100 worth of drawdown, you need to work on your trading plan to kind of work on those confluences to kind of tighten up the strategy and tighten up your trading plan so you don't have that. If you guys are interested in learning how to day trade, I don't care if you're going to start off with $100 or $100,000. If you guys are serious about learning how to day trade and have realistic expectations, come into this market like a professional and like an adult, definitely join my Discord, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, become a lifetime member. I cannot stress it enough, right? Use all of the knowledge and insights and everything that I have to your advantage. I do this full time anyways. It's no sweat off my back to pass along the information that I know onto you. The more people that can make money, the more we can all make money together. The stock market is not a competitive market. Whether you make $100,000 today or I make $1,000 today, you're not taking any money out of my pockets, and I'm not going to take any money out of yours. We can all work together and make a shit ton of money in the market if we know what we're doing. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did stay to the end of this video, please leave me a comment down below. Just let me know, hey D, I watched all the way to the end. I would highly appreciate that. YouTube would kind of bump my video up so I can get noticed by more people. I got over 1,000 videos here on YouTube, and I'm trying really, really hard to spread the knowledge and the education that I've learned over the past 7 years onto you guys, so you guys can use this to your advantage.